Simply order 4 products from the same live show during the event and receive the cheapest free. Over the weekend, your favourite guests will be showcasing many exciting products, as well as offering you their invaluable expertise. So tune in, reach for the skies, and stock up on your crafty cargo, and help us celebrate VE Day with 4 for 3 from the 7th of May at 6 p.m.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. Teamwork makes the dream work, and at Clarity we are designers and manufacturers of, dare I say, beautiful, top quality and award-winning craft products. We are home to the very first, the original transparent art stamp. We hand make them here in Kent, and our talented illustrators are always coming up with new original concepts and wonderful artwork. In addition, we design and manufacture top quality stencils and masks. In fact, we also make precision cut reusable masks for our stamps. Since January 2017, we are also the new owners of Pergamano International, bringing together a wonderful blend of old and new parchment art. We are so fortunate to be able to showcase our newest and best products here on Hochanda, and to be able to demonstrate our art ideas to you, our Hochanda friends. So if you would like to learn more about clarity stamping, stencil work, parchment art, both groovy and traditional, please join us, myself and the Clarity team here on Hochanda, for ideas and inspiration.
Hi, I'm Joe from the Mill Shop Online. Welcome to the Mill Shop Online. As you can see, we're a lot of fabric here. We're very passionate about our fabrics. We're one of the largest online sellers in the UK of fabrics for upholstery, soft furnishings, and now the lovely craft market. Whether you're starting out with fabric or you're an experienced sewer, we love to bring projects that every ability can really have a go at. So don't miss the Mill Shop Online shows on Hochanda.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on Flexi Buy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your Flexi Buy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly Flexi Buy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
A very good morning to you. I hope you are well and I hope you're safe. And I just need to tell you, I thought I lost the plot a few years ago. Well, now my hair's finally lost the plot as well. But I'm sure it's the same for all of us at the moment. But hey ho, it is great to have your company. Thank you for choosing Hochanda. We've got a great 4 hours lined up. I say 4 hours because I'm here with you for 4 hours. And then is it Catherine that's coming up next? Ooh, we'll check with that. Yes, it is. Catherine's coming up for 4 hours after that, and so on and so forth. But we are live now on Hochanda all the way through until 9 o'clock this evening. So you might learn a brand new craft today. You might be stocking up. Let's have a look at what we've got in the show for you today. We're going to be talking to the lovely Jo Channon in a few moments' time, but the show is all about rice papers from Paper Designs. These are absolutely gorgeous. Now, Paper Designs have had over 17 years experience when it comes to craft, and rice paper, my word, these are absolutely beautiful. They're all 100% made from vegetable fibres, so very organic and biodegradable as well. We've got some fantastic designs lined up for you with the beautiful rice papers that are here. This particular collection is the Tales collection. So as you can see by the first one, looks like a really cool little fairy style house just there. Maybe the elves live there. You've got the smaller images and the larger images there. Beautiful colours in these. You've got that lovely fairy with the wings. I do like that in the different sizes for different projects, or you can use all of them together if you cut into them just by adding a bit of water. Look at those two little bunny rabbits. Aren't they sweet, with the butterflies as well? Use that image in the entirety, or of course take elements out of it. Now there's my favourite already, the foxes. Let's lift that up. Look at that. Again with the butterflies. And then you've got the owl, the wise, majestic owl. Now talking of wise, majestic owls, we've got the lovely Jo Channon on the other end of the telephone. Good morning, Jo.
Well, I'm not sure if I've been described as a wise, majestic owl before, but I'll take it.
You take it. How are you, Jo?
I'm good, thank you very much. Yes, very, very well now, thank you.
Well, you know what? It's great to have your company, and it's lovely to hear your voice as well. And it's great.
It's been a while, Janice.
It has been a while, but you know, as some other wise old owl once said, we will meet again.
Oh, we definitely will.
Now, we've got a great show lined up. We've got some superb rice papers, Jo. Aren't these lovely? Can you tell us a little bit about paper designs?
Yes, of course. Yes. So what we've got here is we've got quality, but very unusually made rice papers. So, of course, as we've just said, they are fantastic to use because, of course, they are biodegradable, 100%. So, of course, that's excellent. Now, the company is actually Italian, with, like you just said, 17 years experience, which is phenomenal in the industry. You can see as you're touching, feeling them, you can feel the excellent quality. So that also tells us that we can use them for so many different things. And also we can add so many different products to them. So, of course, that's where our fabulous UK distributors, that's Crafty, comes in, because, of course, we've got so many mediums, sprays, paints, etc. on the show as well that we can use alongside. And, of course, as you can see from the design team, they have just made such an amazing job again. And I have to thank each and every one of them. They really have. And there's just some stunning, stunning pieces. I love the way that Laura's put them in the collections. And they're all very in keeping with each one. So whatever your style can actually go towards that collection, which is really quite lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Now, Jo, do stay on the line. We're going to head down the counter to the other designs. If you want to get hold of the Tales collection, £9.99, which is a superb price point. It really is, for 5 rice paper sheets. Now, if you do want to go for that more than once, you're more than welcome to do so. If you're thinking about all the different projects that you're going to use them for, then it might be an idea, a wise idea, to go for more than one of the sets. But we do have more available. I do need to tell you that 10% of the stock of that one has gone already. My word. Now, we've got flowers too on the show. And again, these are beautiful floral designs with birds, bringing out nature. Again, another lovely design, isn't it, Jo?
Oh, these are just beautiful because you've got a really lovely mix in this collection of very subtle, very pastel tones, but with that beautiful blue tip just popping out there on one of them. You've also got some really bright, vibrant ones as well. Now, equally in this set, you've got that one. Now, I'm not sure you'll be able to tell me what it is, that beautiful one with this. It's more of a silhouette.
Yes.
There we go. So what you've got there, the ability to be able to colour that in, and you'll see from one of the project demonstrations that I'm doing over the videos that I've actually used the satin inks on that as well. So don't be afraid to add your inks and your sprays onto the paper because of the quality of them.
Now, would you add your mediums like your silk inks and your sprays when they are actually adhered to your project, or would you do that before because of the very nature of rice paper?
Right, okay, so what I have done is I've actually adhered it to some smooth white cardstock. I chose white because it doesn't reflect from the true colour of the actual rice paper itself. If you want to actually change the colour of the background, then brilliant. Do use a coloured cardstock or coloured more of a heavier weight scrapbooking paper or something. But yes, just pop it down with some gel medium onto card and then add your colours onto that, and it just really is quite lovely to do that as well.
That's fantastic. So you can really be experimental with your backgrounds.
Oh, definitely, and that's because of the quality of the rice papers.
And that certainly does show. I mean, I've got them here in the studio. I get to touch them, I get to feel them, I get to see them close up. But I think when you get them home as well, you're going to absolutely adore these and maybe think to yourself, I wish I had some more. And you can buy as many of these sets as you like. 380040 is your item number if you want to go for flowers to £9.99. Now, Jo, we've got some great demonstrations coming up from you today in the show.
Thank you. Yes. What I've done is I've approached the rice papers in a few different ways. I've done a little bit of recycling. I've made a plaque. I've done an ATC and a lovely tag showing how to paint onto the rice papers as well. So yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing those.
Oh, lovely. Well, we look forward to seeing them, and we look forward to seeing you sometime, hopefully soon.
I hope so too. It's been too long, Janet. Too long.
Well, you take care of yourself, Jo. Stay safe.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you for all your hard work with your videos. We're going to see some of those demonstrations in a moment's time. We'll see you later, Jo.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, darling. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Safe air kisses. Right, we've got some demonstrations coming up for you to give you some inspiration on how you can use your rice papers when you get them home.
Right, so we're going to do another smaller demonstration, and I would like to show you how we can actually colour rice papers really nicely. So I'm using this beautiful image from the flowers collection of the papers. Okay, so I only want this piece, so I'm going to take away this piece and that piece for using on another project. And now what I want to do is cover the back of this rice paper, because I want to stick it onto the white card that I have underneath. This is before I paint it, because I want to cut it out after I've painted it, so this is going to give me a lot more stability for the project that I want to use it for. Okay, so make sure you've got the image nicely covered. There we go, with the matte gel medium, and then pop that down onto the white card. Okay, so just smooth that down. Then I'm just going to very quickly take away any of this extra white that we don't need, just so that we've got a smaller area to work on. Okay, so that's nicely on top of there. What we're going to do now is going to bring in the satin inks from That's Crafty. Now, I have these on the show. We also have the pearl inks on the show as well. So if you wanted to make it more of a pearly finish, then obviously choose those instead of the satin ones. All right, so these are water-based inks. The colours are so vibrant. They really are. So what we've got here, we've got this beautiful cerise pink. So I'm just going in, and you can see all we need to do is just colour into the actual flower area. Now, if you wanted to, what you can do is just put a small layer down first, and then you can build on top. Now, these inks are a water-based ink, so we can do so many different things with them. This is just one of many. So I'm going to introduce another colour in a second, but we'll just add all of the pink tones first. I'm going with these particular colours that I've chosen because obviously the underneath colours of the actual flower on the rice paper will pop through as well, so it will mix really well with them. But these are fantastic on the rice papers, I've got to say. The other thing that we can do is we can actually build them up and create a little bit of texture as well. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone around the whole of the flower and then I've put on another coat. Now, a little idea for these paints, which I find really great. When we heat them, very gently, just warm them, dries very, very quickly. What we can do is we can actually, there we go, let me just dry that off so that you can see exactly what I'm trying to do. Right, so when we've actually dried it off, as you can see, you can then place the same colour on the top and create this lovely layering technique, and you get those beautiful brush strokes into the flower as well. So you're getting varying degrees of the same colour, which I'm finding really interesting. Right, so I'm now going to introduce this blue. Now, at first you'll think, oh, that's quite bright, but what we can do is, you see, we can also mix in a little bit of water with them and then bring it into the main part of the flower, so we're blending back into the other side that we've already done, which is really lovely. The rice papers are fantastic for taking these inks and for introducing colour. So you can see there, bring that round just to show you, bringing that into that pink, that beautiful cerise, and then we've got that royal blue going on. So I'll now carry on, finish the flower and come back and show you the result. Okay, so I've finished the colouring of the flower, and what I've also done is I've introduced a little bit of yellow into the centre, and then I've painted that out so that it blends really nicely. So you can see there, these inks are superb for blending, for watering down if you wanted to, but also for painting on top to give that really lovely texture as well. So don't be afraid to experiment with them. Fabulous, really enjoyed using those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away, cut this out, finish the project and come back finished to show you what I've done with it. Okay, so what we've done is I have cut out the flower as promised. I've took an MDF tag, which is one of my That's Crafty surfaces. I've used another one of the flower rice papers, which has got these beautiful leaves going up and the butterflies on a really lovely neutral background. Popped it on the top with some three-dimensional glue, and I think that's a nice little project to show you how you can paint your rice papers.
And that looks absolutely spectacular. To create that result, why don't you go for the pick and mix that we've got available for you on those silk inks. Lots of different colours for you to choose from, and you choose any two for $9.99. So which two should we go for? Deep blue and yellow could be a gorgeous combination. Oh, there you go. And $9.99, that's all it is. That's for the black and the deep blue. You can choose your colours, and you can choose more than two as well. The price will just change accordingly. But you'll see from that particular demo how that transformed this particular flower. $9.99 if you want to go for the flowers number 2. Beautiful designs, organic, beautiful, 100% vegetable, believe it or not, rice papers, which makes them biodegradable and of course very, very easy to work with as well. 380040 is your item number, and you get 5 of those rice papers if you want to go for them. Let me show you just a couple of the samples that we've got. So maybe you've got a little pot like this, and you've turned it into a pincushion just like this. You can see there that beautiful design. If I pick up the rice paper that this is from, let me just go through, I believe, yes, it's this one. Let me show you. So that's your rice paper just there. and then when you place it on that, it looks completely different, doesn't it? How beautiful is that? Let's take another one from this particular sheet, and let's have a look at this box. Wouldn't that be a lovely gift for somebody, or maybe something for your jewellery at home, which is nice, or a cake box or a sweet box, which is lovely. Another design here, just at the side. Maybe you've got a notebook, maybe you've got some MDF that you want to decorate. This is from this particular kit, and again it makes that lovely cover. So it could be a cover for your journal or a cover for your notes, and isn't that absolutely delightful? You'll see from that one that the bluebird, the little blue tit just there, let's hold this up, has been taken out and simply placed onto that lovely, lovely cover. So much detail in there, and of course it's very, very easy to tear your rice paper when you add just a little bit of water. Those are the techniques. So busy for that one. Busy for that one. 83800040 is your item number. Now, I do need to head back to the first set that we had. Out of one shot into the other. Right. Not really interested in seeing my midriff go across the screen, but hey ho. Right, so we've got 5 rice papers for you here. These are your tale collection, and you can see here it's all to do with mythical tales. I mean, isn't that lovely? A little tree there. Are they mushrooms? Is it a mushroom tree? I don't know, you decide. But you've got your smaller images down the bottom, your larger image in the middle, and then you've got some different sizes at the top. So plenty for you to choose from and make and create. We've also got that gorgeous fairy. She is lovely, isn't she? Or is she an elf? Or is she an angel? Probably an angel with wings like that. You've got the 2 little bunny rabbits kissing. You might just want that element of the rice paper. You might want the leaves coming up the side, or you might want the butterflies in the script in the centre, or use all of it. That's the beauty of rice papers. You've got the foxes down the bottom. I'll show you some samples in a moment. And then you've got that wonderful, majestic, wise owl. So let me place those back there. Yes, we did call Jo the wise old owl. Well, she is. And she's a hoot. Yay. I know, it's early, isn't it? Even for me. Here's some lovely samples of how those rice papers have been used, but you can see, now this is interesting. The actual owl itself, can you see that? It's brought forward, so that's slightly raised. That could be on some textured paste. It could be with a little padding behind. The foxes themselves, you'll see here, beautiful design. Just taking the foxes out. And that lovely script and the butterflies, which looks lovely. Now, rice paper can be used on all kinds of different surfaces. Let's take a look at this. This is a bag, and this has been used on some hessian, some fabric. Now, that's different, isn't it? That's absolutely fantastic. You see, there are so many different ways that you can use rice papers and have it look different each and every time. And if you're going for a couple of these sets, that could be the gift. And that could be the bag that the gift comes in. 647254 is your item number. Very busy for this particular collection. And this is your Tales collection. 647254. And if you like this one and you're going for it, let's have a look at some inspiration from Jo.
Right, so for this project, I'm going to be using the animal set. And I think everybody, all the girls out of the design team that has played with this particular rice paper just adored the owl. So I thought, well, I'm going to make a hanging project, and I'm going to do something a little bit different to what I've done before, because I think the owl needs to stand out a little bit. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. If you have 2 of the same piece, if you buy 2 obviously of the same design, what you can do is obviously you can decoupage it up, because what you'd have is your base layer, and then you'd have another layer that you could actually stick onto some card or strong paper and actually decoupage it up. But I don't have 2, so I'm going to show you another way that you can actually raise the design up from the actual rice paper. So just turning it round. Now, you may not be able to catch this, but you will just about see that we've actually still got the outline of the owl just showing there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my texture paste. Okay, there we are, and I'm going to pop this underneath. There we go, underneath the actual owl itself. Not going over the edge. I don't want you to go over the edge. I just want you to pop it into the middle. Alright, so this is the texture paste from That's Crafty. You can see I nearly need a new pot, but I think I've got enough to be going on with. Right, so we're just going to do the owl itself. I think I'm going to do something different on the actual tree part, the stump of the tree. You need a reasonable amount. You don't want too much so it's coming out the sides, but you do need to have a reasonable amount. So just going almost to the edge. If you don't go quite to the edge and you do have a little bit more than what you need, then that gives you a little bit of breathing room to actually spread it around a little bit more. So just pop that in. Like at the moment, I bet you're all thinking, whatever is she doing now? So just pop that in like so, a little tiny bit more in the middle. I can just scrape that out. There we go. Righty-ho. Now, I'm just going to give that a minute. Just to pop that to one side for a minute, because now what I want to do is very carefully put this to one side so I don't put my elbow in it, I might add. Let me just pop that there. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take a clean palette knife. With my gel medium, I'm going to now cover the base of where my rice paper is going to go. Okay, so as before, go right up to the edge of the surface that you're working on so that the rice paper sticks all the way down. Okay. So, there we go. Making sure it's all covered again. Very, very important. You don't want any of the rice paper to lift off on any part of the area that you're wanting it to actually stay down on. Okay, so it's given that a coverage there. Just take that edge off there. Just want my fingers. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our rice paper down onto our surface like so. Oh, there you go. And then just very carefully just push your fingers just around where the owl is. Okay, so what you're doing is you're just making this owl just look as if he's slightly three-dimensional. Okay, so can you see what I'm doing? I'm just bringing in with my fingers and I'm pushing the actual texture paste just with my fingers so that it's giving that nice bowed effect onto the owl. Just very, very gently smooth it down if you needed to. And then also what we can also do is we can then give it a little bit of shape. So when the owl's head just goes in slightly here, what we can do is we can just press it in like so, and the same with the wings, so that the body is a little bit more out and three-dimensional than the rest of the actual owl. So then very carefully just smooth that down onto the area. Of course you had the gel medium underneath, so that will now adhere nicely to the surface that you're working on. Okay, and then just move that around any more if you want it to be a little bit more dimensional. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it slightly so that we can hopefully have a little look. Let me see how that's actually now got dimension. Can we see? I turn it around like that. Okay, like this. Okay, so you can see where that dimension is now, and you can also see where I've just gone into where the head starts onto the body, and then just flatten slightly around those wings by pushing it in. So what you're doing is you're actually giving it some really interesting form, and I quite like doing that. I do it quite a bit with my rice papers. Because I think it just gives that really natural look to it all. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're now going to add some stenciling, and we're going to bring in another one of Melina's masks. So obviously we've got the owl, this has got Lise, and I just think that this will really suit the whole picture that we're trying to build here. Okay, so I'm going to use the textured sandpaste. Okay, as we did on the last demonstration. I'm just going to pop that to the side slightly, because what I want to do is I want to just show you how we can actually add a little bit of colour into the paste before we actually pop it onto our project. Okay, so at this point I'm going to bring in two of the sprays. Now we do have these on the show. They are the That's Crafty, the flat matte spray, and I'm using redwood, and also one of the luster sprays, and this is green. Okay, so I'm just going to add some of the luster into the paste. I'm going to use this one first, just mixing it up, and what it's going to do is it's going to change the colour of the actual paste itself. Alright, so doing is we're just adding that little bit of interest onto the mask design. Okay, so what I'll do is I think just to add a little tiny bit of the green as well, so make that a little bit darker. I don't want to over spray and put too much into it, because obviously this is a water-based product, also the paste is a water-based product, so what we don't want to do is we don't want to make the paste too sloppy, so that it actually doesn't form the pattern that we're trying to achieve. Okay, so okay, at this point I'm just going to break a second and I'll be back in a second.
Well, this is what we're heading for, the finished article. We've got it here in the studio, and it is absolutely fantastic. The way that the owl is just raised and pushed forward really does make a difference, and we will continue with that demonstration in a few moments' time, but we've got more to show you on the show. But if you do want to go for the Tails collection, those are the details on the screen. 647 254 £9.99 for your majestic wise owl. With your blue background. Now you could take that owl out of that background and then use the background for something else if you wanted to. We have got that lovely household, the tree house just there, or are they mushrooms? Or is it a cloud house? We don't know. You know when you get this home what you're going to create with that. So lots of images on there for you to use. We've got the lovely angel as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes for you on that one. We've got the kissing bunny rabbits, and we've got the kissing foxes as well. And remember, these are all made from 100% vegetables, which is fantastic. Really, really is. Beautiful rice papers with over 17 years of experience, paper designs from Italy. So you know you're buying quality. 647 254 is your item number. Let's have a look at the texture paste that Joe used. Here it is, texture paste from That's Crafty. I've seen Joe use this before in the studio. It's fabulous, it really is. 312760 is your item number. Remember, with that, you can add your inks as well, because you can change the colour of that if you want to. Now, the lustre sprays were also used. These are on a pick and mix, and you can choose from aqua, red and gold, silver, lime, oh that's lovely, aubergine, green, now that looks nice, and I like that lilac. Oh, I like the frost. The blue looks good, the pink and the lemon, the orange, Christmas red or Christmas green. And you'll notice in the bottom, that's your little bit of lustre, so you just give it a swirl, keep swirling, and then you'll be able to spray all of that lustre out. 50ml in each one, £14.97. It's a pick and mix, you choose any three. Right, we've got some more rice papers for you on the show. Let's take you through the different choices. So, first one here, this is your animals. Now, you've got these super cute cats on there. Aren't they lovely? And I really like how that's just tilted to the side with the shadow. You've got the cats down the bottom as well. Looks like a Siamese cat down there. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, yes, the doggies. Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, look, terriers on there. So sweet. And then you've got, look at that, my dogs down the bottom. The next one, you've got the bees. Very nice. And I like this because if you can tell, you've got the different hued backgrounds there. So you've got some in blue and some in the vintage brown. Some where the bees are really standing out and some where the bees are just simply muted back into the background. Very nice. You've got your butterflies there. Absolutely gorgeous. That would look marvellous, I think, on like a glass bowl or a bottle. Very nice, very nice. And then you've got your 4 designs there with your butterflies. That's your animals collection. There you go, 065880. Now it does say choose from animals, butterflies, bees, fairies, grunge or rust time. This is one set though, so this is your animals, that's £9.99. The next set here, this is your grunge. So let's take a look at what you're getting here. I like this. Now it looks like grunge, very grungy, but also it looks very, what can I say what the band was called from the late 70s? Something Pistols. I can say Sex Pistols, of course I can. It's just a word. And a band. And, well, they're not really a brand. I don't really need to say 3 of the group, a band, show me age. So you've got your letters there, which are fantastic, which I really like. So you could actually start to create words with those letters, the alphabet. You've got your grungy background, do like that, very nice. And you've got your script in the background there, and you've got your lovely almost distressed tiles, very nice. That's your grunge, £9.99. 065880 is your item number if you want to go for those. 065880 is your item number. Same item number, and you get to choose. Right, next up, you've got your butterflies and your bees. So it's the same item number, but this is your butterflies and bees. So you've got your large bee in there, very, very colourful with your orchids. Really nice, that is. Oh, this is lovely. You've got that lovely watercolour wash there with your daisies and your butterflies, a blue butterfly there, and the purple one. This is sweet. Look at that, with all the flowers. I think Leonie would like something like this. It's very Leonie. Very nice. You can use these separately or you can use them together. That's a lovely colourful one as well. And then you've got that beautiful lady with the butterfly eyes. Very nice. So that's your butterflies and bees. Then your next up, let's show you this one. This is your rusty times. So those are your clocks. That's nice. What a lovely ombre style. Yeah, very patina-esque. Then you've got more clocks. Let me turn that way around. Again, great for your steampunk projects. That's nice, like that. Something about a bit of old rust. Oh, you get 2 of those. Well, they're slightly different as you can see there. The smaller tiles and the larger ones there. Very, very steampunk. I like that one. Let me place that down there. Remember, same item number, just different names, and they're all £9.99 for 5. Right, your fairies. Who doesn't like a fairy? Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there one? Oh, we are missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll show you a still of them all. But first of all, you've got your gorgeous, beautiful dancing fairy there in the skies. Another lovely elf-like image. Your butterflies, let me lift that back up. Very nice. Look at that, it's absolutely incredible. Lots of detail on here and so much that you can do with your rice papers. So if you head to the website, you will be able to hopefully see the 5th one on there. In fact, if we've got a second sample, I'll see if it's in that particular collection. I'm wondering, I'll leave that to one side because I think that sample goes with that. Right, so you've got your 5 that go with your fairies, and we'll see if we can find the 5th one that goes, there you go. So the one we're missing, we're missing the one which is bottom to me, bottom left. To you guys, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one that I'm missing from my display. But that is I do like that one as well. Right, next up, you've got your old maps. Here you go. Lovely vintage style maps. So you've got your astrological map just there with the stars. That's a gorgeous one, isn't it? With your larger images and your smaller ones to use in your different projects. Here's one with a bit more colour of the world map. Go and explore. Oh, this one's nice. I like that one. That's brightly coloured. Very nice. Where's that? Is that Europe? I think it's not. Is that Norway, Scandinavia? Yes, it certainly is. Do like that. And then you've got that lovely, is it phytography? Cartography? Partography? Map reading? Mappist? A mapper? A mappy? Cartography. There you go. I knew I'd get there in the end. I knew I'd get there in the end. Study of maps. Study of maps. There you go. So that particular set, which is great, £9.99. Same item number 065880. Moving on, we've got a different item number for you. I'll start with the top one here, so I'll bring up the item number. This one is old photos. 732310 is your item number. Here we go. So you've got some lovely old photos. I wonder who these are. I wonder who these are and what stories they have. Very nice. Perhaps we could acquaint these to the presenters here at Hochanda. That's Leonie, definitely. That's Leonie. That's me, definitely. That's me. That is Fiona. I'd say Fiona. That, I would probably say Alex, definitely. We've got some more photos here. Oh. Yanis? Oh, that one. Scott, that's Scott. They're lovely, aren't they? Look at the colours that you've got in the background. Very nice. Oh, look. Well, that could be Alex. Catherine. Definitely Catherine. Definitely Catherine. These are great, like 1920s style pictures, aren't they? Oh, that's nice. That's pretty. Adam. There you go. Maybe Hayley. That one could be Hayley. Right, anyway, you choose, you decide what you're going to use those for, but all 5 come together and they're beautiful. 732310. Moving down to this next set. So one thing about rice paper is a bit slippery. This is your fairies number 2. Bright and colourful. Gorgeous. Beautiful, isn't it? That is lovely. And then you've got, oh, that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 images there. And then you've got, oh, that looks like the Queen. That could be the Queen of the fairies. And then, oh, that's a nice image. Let me turn that way. Fairy up above the world, probably the Tooth Fairy. And then you've got the fairy in the wood. Oh, I say. That is a little bit early in the morning for that one. Yeah, let's just give her a little bit of modesty. It is artistic, but let's face it, it's early. It's early. Oh, there you go. Well, I don't know what's worse. Perhaps I should have looked at that before I showed you. You're going to have to buy it now and get it home. I'm going to turn that way. Moving on. We've got some clocks. Oh no. Oh yes, we'll go to this one. We'll go to the time. So lots of clocks for you in that one. Oh my. Oh, that's nice. And you can see there you've got your pictures, which are lovely. Very nice oldie worldy book style. And then I like that one with the tree and the clock. Oh, it's the other way around. There you go. And then that's nice. That's very nice. Grand Central. Right, moving on. Brightly coloured flowers. Brightly coloured. Yep, so you got your flowers here. Again, you got some lovely colours. That's nice. I like that. I like the fact that you get the same image but in different sizes, because you might have different projects to put together. One might be a gift, one might be a card, for example. Beautiful images there of your sunflower. Very nice, very nice. Remember, you can use those individually if you want to. So that's your flowers. Same item number, £9.99 for 5. And then this is one of my favourites. I love the colours in here. This is your albums. So you've got your blue butterfly there on that lovely album cover. Again, more blue butterflies in there. Yes, this is definitely my favourite. Definitely my favourite. You've got the close-up image of the postcard there. Nice vintage style. Maybe you could put some decoration in there, or maybe an old photograph would look really nice on your projects, and on that one as well. £9.99, there are all your rice papers that we've got for you on the show. You can choose accordingly. You can have as many as you like as well. The price will just change accordingly. Now, we do have Joe with us, Joe Channon. Let's go back to that demonstration with the owl. Here's Joe.
Right, so we've got our sand texture paste. I've added some of the sprays, the redwood and the green. And now what I want to do is I want to actually paste it through my stencil with mask, sorry. Okay, so just being careful here because I do want it in quite a specific place. Now, there we go. Right, now we're going to lift this off. There we go. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, so we're just going to turn it around, and I'm going to take off this excess and try and keep that side really nice and neat. Okay, so I'm going to now continue and just work around, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Right, so I'll just do a quick recap on what I've done. So we left with just the one corner already done with the mask, and that was in the sand paste mixed with a couple of the sprays to make a coloured paste. So remember, that's what we can do if you want to do that. So then I carried on around the top, and I put a little bit more of the brown in so that we've got a variation. So made the two at the top. Now make sure that you do enough to cover the areas that you're going to do, because the likelihood of you getting the same colour twice is quite slim. Just a warning. So then I went ahead and I did this far corner with the similar colour to this one. Then what I've done is I dried it off all over, and then I've gone over the top, the two bottom corners with the green luster spray. So we are now getting that beautiful, really gorgeous, and I'm just going to bring that up a bit closer to the camera. and we can see that lovely mica that's gone over the top. Now when you spray onto the rice papers, it will absorb into the actual pattern, and that looks, well, I think that looks really lovely. So we've still got quite a lot of the original colour in the background, but of course that's the blue, that's the sky coming through, and then we've got the leaves coming down over the top. Now what I want to do now is I just want to add a little bit more into this top corner. Now I don't have a luster spray in a shade that I'm wanting, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Redwood, which is one of the flat matte sprays, okay, and then I'm going to take some of the metallic copper and I'm going to mix it. So then what we've got is, we've then got the redwood and the copper mixed together. So we've got this really gorgeous, rich red copper, really lovely. Now I want to make it a slightly bit runnier than that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my brush and just dab into just the recesses of where the mask is. There you can see, look what I'm doing there, just so that we're adding a little bit more richness into the top area, the same as what we've got at the bottom. Okay, so I'm not taking away any of the detail of the mask, because obviously you've got that all those beautiful pieces of the design raised up. We're just adding to it. Okay, so just stippling. It's all nice and dry, remember, the paste, so don't try this unless it is dry, because what you will do is you will lift the paste away from the design, which of course is not what we're looking for. Okay, so it will spoil the work that you've already done. So just stippling that through like so. So I'm still leaving some of the original colour, I'm not going all over everything, and so that gives it a really nice two-tone effect as well, the same as what we've got at the bottom with the green. So let's have a little look, see what we think. Yeah, I like that. So we'll just bring it down just a little bit into this area here, and then we're getting that nice umbrella type feeling to the picture, working round, but we've still got that lovely sky popping through. So I'm just going to wipe that away because I'm quite happy with that now, and then I'm just going in just with my regular water, and that will just take away the little bit of the original colour that I had. So we've got that really great two-tone going on there. Alright, so 2 satin glass, and then we'll just do the finishing touches and show you what we're going to do just to finish it off. Right, so now just to finish it off, what I've got is, I've got my glue gun ready, it's nice and hot, and I've got some sticks from out the garden. There we go, and let's see if it's going to work for me. There we go, just bear with me. Right. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm rushing it on, I'm being impatient. So just popping that down like so. Just give that a second. There we go. A little bit there. And just a smaller one. So I've just broken these up into different size pieces. And the same on the other side. It just adds a really fun element to the design, and just gives it some more woodland feel. There we go, on that one. I would recommend a glue gun if you have one for this particular job, because obviously sticks are quite hard to stick down with a regular glue. So that's that, and then just to finish it off, I've got a much bigger branch that again I've picked up as we've been walking around, and it's got a nice bit of character as well. So I've popped some copper wire around the top as the hanger. So then we'll just pop our glue down, there we go, pop that down nice and central onto our design. Now you might just need to hold that a second, like so. This one, it just grabs hold, makes sure there is some area of the actual stick that you can actually stick onto your project, and then voila, we're finished.
That's brilliant. Now, if you want to go for Melina's masks, then here they are, and there's quite a few of them for you to choose from. They're a pick and mix, so you can choose any two for £9.99, which is an excellent price point. Look at all the patterns that you can make and create with those masks, my word. If you want more than two, again, you're always welcome to do so, because you might see a couple of them that you like more than just two. So you can do that, you can pop them into your basket. Now, the actual owl and the sample is here with us in the studio, and it is absolutely fantastic. It looks great, doesn't it? And this is something you can achieve when you get your rice papers home. So that was used with the rice paper, and of course using the masks as well with the texture paste across the top and across the bottom. Rice papers, have you ever used them before? They're absolutely fascinating. These are made from 100% vegetable fibres. So if I turn this around, you can see the elements within the rice paper. Just add a tiny bit of water and then start to tear away and add these to your projects. Maybe put them onto a glass bowl, a glass plate, for example. MDF, lots of projects that you can put these on, including on your fabric as well. That is marvellous, isn't it? I really do like that. It's great for taking your inks if you want to use these, and you can print onto rice paper if you've got the right style printer to use. We've got many different rice papers for you on the show that you can go and choose from. So that is your tails. Let's go and have a look at the next one we've got for you. These are your flowers 2, or your flowers number 2. So lots of pretty flowers on there to choose from. Nice vintage style on this, which I like. Again, you've got the two main images on here, but you can just take out part of that if you want to, like a feature item. That's nice, and what you can do is add ink. Now, this was made and created using the silk inks that are on the show, so you can see how well that rice paper has taken to get those colours on there. And you've got your script in the background. Then you've got your lovely flowers. That's a magnolia with your blue tip just there. You've got your lovely fuchsias, beautiful flower there, and your peonies. And then that is your lily. And again, you can use that as it is, that nice vintage style, or you could add some inks to that. Whatever you choose to use with your rice papers, I know they're going to look absolutely fantastic. There's no delay on dispatching these because they are distributed by That's Crafty. And I want to thank Joe as well for all the demonstrations in the hour, and thank you guys for watching and buying as well. 380040 is your item number. You can still buy after the hour. Stay where you are though. Grab yourself a cup of tea. We've got more shows coming up for you this morning on Hochanda. Right, Crafting with Clarity one-day special coming up next. We'll be chatting with Paul Church. John next door after that with something that's back in stock, and it's only available right here.
If you love cake and you love to bake, we've got something you're going to enjoy. Here at Hochanda's Crafty Kitchen, we'll be introducing you to brand new guest demonstrators from the world of baking and cake decorating, who will be on hand to inspire you with sugar flour making techniques, food flavouring ideas, baking kits in a bottle, and as well as showcasing some very fashionable kitchen aprons. Watch out for brand new products, some very bespoke to the baking world, but others you can utilise within the world of craft, which will allow you more flexibility between the different mediums. Intrigued? Well, set your temperatures, set your timers, and tune in every fortnight to see what's in the oven on the Crafty Kitchen.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images, which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media, or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good at picking out those unidirectional prints, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have.
Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 888. So don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Huge welcome to Hochanda. It's great to have your company. We've got the one-day special now. One-day special is launched every day here on Hochanda at 6 p.m. of an evening. And it's fabulous products at a discounted price for 24 hours. Oh my word, do we have an exceptional deal for you today. These are your fresh cut dies. Now, this is a beautiful collection of botanicals, and this is going to give you clean, crisp, beautiful lines in your designs without the hard work of individually cutting each one out yourself, because these are aperture dies. Now, the detail that you're going to get in these is absolutely exceptional. I'm going to show you some of the designs here just in black and white to begin with, so you can see how effective they are even on a black and white card, and how different they can look when we're focusing with the black background there with the white, and then turning that around and using that with the black card. Now, you might know that Barbara is very much a lover of paper cutting, but having to take a craft knife to paper and cut around a design, well, it takes an amount of skill. And if you're anything like me, I can be a little bit clumsy. So I love to get the effects in the design, and to have the dies that do that for me and to do that for you, well, then you can start to concentrate on your designs and on your creations. We do have an exceptional deal, because the dies that you're getting, the 8 4x4 dies, come along with the II book, which is full of inspiration and projects, 4 different creations that you can create when you get your dies home, something different for each and every one. It's absolutely sensational. And on top of that, you're getting your 12x12 papers of your Shenandoah. Now, these are absolutely superb. They're double-sided, and you can use these alongside your dies to really bring out the background. Absolutely gorgeous, all designed by Barbara Gray. I really am a huge fan of this particular collection. The deal that you're getting, my word, the deal that you're getting on the collection that we've got here, that usual price has been reduced by £29. Now, you can divide the cost over 3 months to £33.30. Now, the great thing about that is that we'll send everything out to you. We'll divide the cost over 3 months, not the products. So you'll get all the products in one go, all those fantastic dies, all 8 of them, the lovely II book full of inspiration, and your Shenandoah paper. That will all come in one delivery, but we'll divide the cost over 3 months for you. Now, we're going to see some samples in a few moments' time, but we have the lovely Paul Church on the phone bright and early this morning. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Janice. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yes, very good, thank you.
And how's everything at Clarity Towers?
Yeah, it's all going well. Distancing and everything else, so we're on sort of a limited staff in the office. But yeah, no, it's all good, thank you.
Very good. Now, this is a spectacular collection, isn't it, Paul? I do adore this botanical collection.
That's right. So this was our very first launch of our dies 2 years ago. And this is the beautiful botanical collection from the lovely Mel Turner. So you've, as you said, you've got 8 beautiful 4x4 dies. You've got the beautiful Ideas and Inspiration book. And then on top of that, you've then got the 12x12 Shenandoah designer paper designed by Barb. Now, when we look on the screen, we can see that there's a £29 saving. But in fact, if you were to buy just 4 of those dies as a set, you've got a £10 saving.
Yeah.
So if you take both of those £10, it's actually a £49 saving against the recommended retail price, which is a third off of the overall price.
Again, if you're using these, Paul, at home to make some great creations like the one I've got in my hand here, is it possible for me to then sell that on some of the online sites?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Clarity's always been an angel policy company where you can obviously make and sell and get a return on what you spent out. And the look of these is absolutely fantastic because, as you said, when you were looking at those black and white ones, you get that instant cut work, and it's quick and easy, really is.
I do like the designs, they're absolutely spectacular, and I think that they lend themselves to so many different designs, and of course with the Shenandoah paper as well, being able to use these in conjunction with that will give you some absolutely stunning effects and backgrounds as well.
It does, it gives you that sort of, the reason we brought out the 12x12s was because if you were to cut them in half, so you've got a 12x6 and then fold that in half, you then get a beautiful luxury insert in a 6x6 or a 5x5 card. and then it just gives you that sort of, you can charge a little bit more if you are selling your cards, or it adds that touch of luxury to them.
It certainly does. Now, this is a lovely sample here that I've just picked up. So we've got the Shenandoah in the background, but then that lovely white work with the aperture. These are stunning. You know, when you do see them in the black and white card, they're absolutely stunning, aren't they, Paul?
They are, and for me, that's one of the great things with our fresh cut dies, is it gives you that simplicity, but the beautiful stylized effect. And these, as you say, these designs, they're perfect for so many different occasions. And again, they also have fantastic snippability to them, where you can take elements out and open it up a bit more.
I do like that idea. In fact, I've got a card here from the design team, and I do want to thank all the design team, actually. This is from Dee Paramore, the one I've got in my hand, and this is what we mean by snippability. Sounds like a song. I feel like we need to go dancing down the street singing snippability. But this is a lovely sample showing you that. So this is using two of those fresh cut dies. We've got one in the foreground, one in the background, but again, just snipping out that, you wouldn't think that that's come from an aperture die.
No, exactly, and so it gives you that versatility and makes the dies go a lot longer.
That is fabulous. I do like that. Now, Paul, we've got some great demonstrations coming up on the show. We've got some from Barbara. Do we have some from yourself as well?
Yeah, we've got the die intro, which just explains exactly what you're getting, and a very quick on how to use them. Then I've done a beautiful gilded mountain ash with some gorgeous gilding flakes, and then Barb's done a fantastic stencil demo as well, because on the show we've also got the brand new two-way overlay stamps as well. These have never been seen before until last night. And then we've got the 7x7 stencils as well, with a great deal on those.
Yeah, we certainly have, and because your one-day special is available on Flexi buy, anything else that you add to your basket will also be divisible by 3. Paul, thank you so much for getting up early and joining us on the show. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yep, take care, everybody. Thank you very much.
See you later, Paul. Give our love to Barbara. Bye. 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 Oh, I love Paul. So inspirational. Right, let's take a look at your one-day special. These are the choices that you have. So, the details on the screen at the moment are for your flowers and your foliage. If you want to go for those four, £49.96, you're saving £10 on that set of 4 fresh cut dies. Now, you can have that on 2 payments of £24.98 if you want to. So in this particular set, you have your wild privet, your wild seed heads, you've got your mountain ash, and your Casablanca. Absolutely stunning. They really, really are. And just to give you an idea of what they can look like, just one of the samples here, how effective is that? And you can see that that is slightly raised. That's been cut out a couple of times. Absolutely stunning, it really is. If you want to go for that particular set, 064320, and that's your saving of £10, also available on FlexiBuy. Then we've got your second set of 4 if you want to go for these. I think these are my favourite. I do love seed pod heads, and I do love the designs of these ones as well. So you've got your Queens and Lace, your poppy seed heads, which is a favourite of mine, your Chinese lanterns, and your Honesty. £24.98, that's your first of 2 payments if you want to go for that set of 4 and that set of 4 only. If you want to buy it all in one go, then it's £49.96. Absolutely stunning. I think that is my favourite 4. But then if you can't decide, how about keeping those savings of £10 and £10 and going for the one-day special that also includes your book of inspiration, your book of ideas and inspiration, which is fabulous. Just to show you that, I'll open that up. So when you get your fresh cut dies home, you can start to put together some marvellous projects. And included in that one-day special is your Shenandoah paper, 12 by 12. Double-sided. Let me just open one of these up to show you just how spectacular these will be when you get them home. And I'm going to open up one of the dies that's cut out. So on the paper, if I can do this with one hand, I'll just lay down that so you can, that's your ideas and inspiration. Now let's just take a page of that Shenandoah and place that over there. Now that changes that completely, doesn't it? And you can move that over the paper, so you might want it a little bit lighter in the middle, or you might want to move it down and have it a little bit darker, or you might want to have it half and half. And that's how you can play with your paper pad, so you can make the very best, and each and every time the design will be different, which is fabulous. I do like that. I do like that. So your one-day special includes your 12 by 12 as well as your ideas and inspiration, and that's why you're saving £29 plus, carrying your savings there of the extra 10 and the extra 10. It's an incredible deal, it really is. 010485 is your item number if you want to go for that whole collection of your one-day special, and I know you're going to have so much fun when you get these home. Right, also on the show, yes, brand new, we launched these yesterday here on Hochanda. You've got your overlay stamps. Now these are fantastic because what you've got here is 4 stamps for each of the designs that are in the one-day special, and it works out the deal that you're getting 4 for the price of 3. Now each one is £14.99. Now what's great about your two-way overlay is that you can put your outline of your design, but then you can add the colour on the inside as well. There's so many different ways of using these. 541371 is your item number. It's a why not deal for Freedom members. Well, if you're not a Freedom member, it's a why not deal because it means as Freedom members, you're making a saving of £19.50. That's an incredible deal. Freedom members don't pay any postage and packaging. So £15 if you're not a Freedom member, but if you are a Freedom member, £19.50. So it makes sense to become a Freedom member today, and you can divide the cost into two, £20 and 23p. Now I do believe we've got a picture of these as a project, and this was sent in by Barbara, so you can see there. For example, in the seed pods, you've got the background, so you've got that lovely golden background that you can add via the stamp. It's on the stamp, the background, so you can have that various different colours. You've got your outline that you can have in a black, you can have it in a sepia. Again, your choice of inks, because you've got them at home. And then you've got the colour in the middle as well. So many different ways of using these to make and create those cards. And what's beautiful about these as well, if you're batch making, you can really start to batch make your cards using these stamps. 541371. We're very excited about these. We launched them yesterday. They proved to be very, very busy. Oh my goodness, half the stock has gone, and we've got some great demonstrations on the show for you. So you can add the items to your basket. If you're going for these, remember these are divisible by 2, but if you're going for the one-day special, that was on 3 flexes. Just saying, if you add these to your one-day special, you can divide the cost of these into 3. Now that's a great deal, isn't it? Right, we've got some demonstrations coming up now, and this is using the one-day special. Here's your first demo.
For the next demo, I thought we'd get the Gilding Flakes out. It really gives a beautiful, luxurious look to the card, and it's really elegant. And you'll notice that it's a circle. All of our dies are 4-inch square aperture dies. So what I'm going to show you is how you can take the die and turn it into a circle. You've got 2 options, but I think this option is really nice. And if I bring that up in a bit closer, maybe you'll sort of see it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so where do we start? What I've done is I've already die cut the die onto a piece of black card. So I've used one of our card blanks, and I've gone with the beautiful mountain ash design on this one. Then I've taken a piece of the double-sided adhesive we've got on the show and just trimmed it so it will fit behind there. I'm going to take off the white backing, and if it's the first time you've seen that, I'm going to pop that shiny side up so that I can't read the writing, and I'm going to flip that over so we're working on the back. Next, I'm going to take the double-sided adhesive, and I'm going to use Barbara's trick of the 2 fingers to position and get it in place, and then press down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to press down from the front. Okay, nice and easy. So that is really sticky now, so you can put glitter on there, gilding flakes, you can put talcum powder on there, or if you've got those micro beads, that would look lovely as well. So it just gives you that background in order to be able to fill it. So I'm going to go with the gilding flakes. So I'm going to bring in, I've got some gold, we've got these on the show as well. There's two different sets, beautiful colourways, but I thought I'd just keep it simple and just go with a solid gold. So I'm going to sprinkle some flakes just on there, use my finger just to rub it in very lightly so that it catches all the sticky area. Make sure you haven't got a window open, or the cat or dog isn't nearby, or you don't have a sneezing fit. And I'm going to use my yellow dauber just to push it in, just to make sure I've got full coverage. And then just gently rub into the areas. We just want to make sure we've got full coverage. And then what I'm going to do is, so that this doesn't go everywhere, I'm going to pop this back into its pot. There we go. Again, careful as you put the lid on. And now I can really sort of give it a nice buff with the yellow dauber. Just working in a circular motion. And because we've used a double-sided adhesive, it's not going to, you're not going to catch the artwork, because the artwork, the die cut, is completely sort of stuck down. You see where it's just gone, there we go, it's got a nice firm scrub with the dauber. Okay, so we've now covered that. So I mean, that again would look lovely in a picture frame, onto a canvas board. That for me, Gilding Flakes gives it that real regal and elegant look to it. But we need to turn this into a circle. So what we're going to do is, depends on what die cutting machine you've got and the pressure and everything else, sometimes it can struggle to cut through wax paper. So just to make it easy on yourself, what I'm going to do, because obviously we can't see through, is I'm going to remove the wax paper, and I've got just a piece of copy paper which is nice and thin, and I'm just going to put that on the back. Okay, so that's now completely covered. I'm then going to take one of our nested circle dies, and then I can have a look at the area in which I want to cut out. So I'm going to go for that bit there, and then a little bit of low tack tape. Again, what you may need to do is just run it through the machine twice. So run it through once. If you're not sure and you don't want to sort of think, oh, is it going to cut through, then just run it through twice. So run it through once, don't open it up, and then run it through again. And then it will definitely have cut through. So we're just going to run that through the machine. So if we have a look here, you can see how we've got that beautiful design. And again, this will work on any of the designs that are in the One Day Special, or any of the other dies you may have already. So what we're going to do now is just remove that from there. Remove the low tack tape. Be careful that we don't catch anything. There we go. Remove the die, and then you'll see that it's cut through. So again, I mean, that bit there you could use as a centerpiece for something, because it's virtually central, so you could use that, you could trim that down, and that would make a nice frame as well. So I'll keep that to one side, you never know. So now we've got our disc, And then I'm going to take one of our card blanks and I'm going to pop it towards the top. So I'm just going to use a tape runner just to attach it. And I can decide, I mean, one of the great things about this design, it works in all different directions. So I'm going to go that way, I think. And rub from the back, make sure it's completely stuck down. And then a little finishing trick is using a piece of the scrap double-sided adhesive. So I'm going to stick that onto my card blank. And because this is super sticky, I'm going to use a pair of tweezers. So it helps me then get the positioning in the middle. So I reckon about there. And then we need some words. So again, the word stick books come into play. And I reckon we'll go with the celebrations. Let's have a look. And I'm going to go with, because I've measured it out, so I know which one's going to go there. I'm going to go with love and laughter. Fantastic saying. Let's make sure, yeah. Then what I'm going to do is peel off the backing. Oops. Take my trusty tweezers, and I can position that in the middle. Sticky, sticky. Bring my Gilding Flakes back into play. Piece of copy paper underneath. A few of the flakes just around the outside. Just use your finger just to rub it in, and then until you can't feel any more stickiness. And then use the dauber to get rid of the excess. Tap it off there, and we'll pop that back in the box so we don't lose that everywhere. Put the lid back on. Okay, nice and tight. And then I can use a sponge dauber just to get rid. And then I'm going to bring in my trusty stencil brush to dust it all off. And there we have two beautiful cards. So I'll bring that up so you can see them in a little bit more detail. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.
Absolutely fantastic. So many different techniques that you can do with your one-day special. I wanted to show you this sample, if I may. I'm a huge fan of any artwork on a plaque like this. So this is on one of the boards that I do believe we might have on the website. Have a look by brand anyway. But you can see here that that's been cut out. Beautiful. It's been cut out with the... It's like a non-shed glitter. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Then placed on that plaque. Now you could have that in your home decor. Think about that. Think about cards that you can make for people that they can turn into home decor if they want to. And then think about maybe gift tags that would go with that would go with the gift that you're giving somebody. And this one-day special really is a gift that will keep giving to you as well, because each and every time you cut out from your fresh cut dies, you'll think of a new design that you want to put together. And when you get these home, if you're thinking, well, I need some inspiration, you'll have your ideas and inspiration booklet to get you started on your designs, to give you those ideas and to give you projects that you can actually make and create when you get them home. You can see there, that one is a sample I've just held up just there. So you can make that when you get it home. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Especially using the Shenandoah paper as well. Your one-day special, 010485 is your item number. You're getting your 8 dies. You're getting your 12 by 12 Shenandoah paper, double-sided. You're also getting your ideas and inspiration booklet. Now, if you wanted to get them in sets of 4, you're more than welcome to do so. We'll put the details at the bottom of the screen. Your flowers and your foliage, $49.96. You're saving £10 on that price for that 4. And then if you wanted to go for the other set, your seeds and your pods, details at the bottom of your screen, also saving £10 on that set of 4. And if you can't decide, which I know many of you can't, you're going for both sets. So keeping your £10 saving on those two, your one-day special price saving £29. Remember, you've got your extra £10 saving on each of those on top of that. £99.90. You can divide that cost over 3 payments on Flexi Buy of £33.30. It's an incredible deal. Now, I do want to show you the Shenandoah, if I may, and how you can use this to get some really beautiful effects. So here's your Clarity Design paper by Barbara. I think this is lovely. You've got 48 sheets. There are 150 GSM, as you can see there. And you get 12 patterns, and they're acid free as well. So let's just open it up on that particular one. It's double-sided, so you've got the more muted side on the other, and then the lovely, vibrant, bright design. And let's just open the black, for example. We can open that there, maybe place that in the middle so you've got that blue making that design really pop. But you'll see as we start to move that around the paper how it can change that design. Goes a little bit darker but still capturing the lighter elements in the side. Using that same design but using the white card, placing that on, you can see how different that becomes as well. So perhaps on this one we can use the darker area because we've got the white card. So you can see how this will really start to bring out your designs. Let's go through a couple of the other sheets in here as well. Looks like a scene, doesn't it? Could be a lake maybe and the forest around the outside. You can use these, of course, outside your one-day special if you want to. Now that would look remarkable with that particular design. Also, if I go for another design but in the black, you can see how that works as well. So even if you're just using these with white and black card, those lovely fresh cut dies, you see how that backing paper becomes an instant hit and an instant design. Double-sided again, so you see you've got your more muted part, and then you've got your lovely designs. That's gorgeous blue in there as well. Now that is a scene, is it not? You see your lake there. I've got some mountains. Maybe I'm sitting in a nest of trees just here, or maybe this is a cave that I'm sitting in. Again, using this one with the white, that would look very effective with that grey tones in the background. And then moving it up, you'll see how that changes as you move it around the papers. I know you're going to have so much fun with these. Let me just bring this down to show you that. Even the blue, as you see that ombre effect running through, and you can move that around the paper, changing it to the darker elements and also the lighter ones as well. You'll probably spend most of the day just going through your Shenandoah papers to see those lovely rich colours and designs in there. Absolutely beautiful and very, very dramatic. Gorgeous. Love these. That could almost be lava. Beautiful designs. This comes included with your one-day special, and you can very easily just take your fresh cut dies. Again, we'll just use one more to go over here, just in the middle there. How effective is that? And then taking the white one and maybe taking that over the darker elements. You see how they work? And that could be your batch cutting to make and create. Your one-day special, you can divide that cost via 3 payments of £33.30. Remember, you get your 8 fresh cut dies, you get your designer paper, and you get your ideas and inspiration booklet as well. Can't wait to see what you do with these when you get them home. Right, if you want to go for your card blanks, remember the black and white ones we've just been showing you? You can do the same. You can cut out from the black, you can cut out from the white, you can go over your Shenandoah papers and you can do just the same, or make your own backgrounds. You've got your 5x5, your 6x6, your 7x7 and your 8x8. That is an incredible deal. £29.96, 40 in the black, 40 in the white, so you get 80 altogether. But of course, you can divide the cost if you want to, if you're adding them to your one-day special. It makes sense, it really does. Then you can do what I've just done, which is perfect. Now, in the demonstration video, Paul did use the adhesive sheets. These are also fantastic to use with your dies. £14.99. They're A4 in size, and you get 5. 823553 is your item number. Now we've also got the Gilding Flakes available for you that Paul used. Let's show you set number 1. We'll try and change that picture for you. We get your Pentart Gilding Flakes, set 1 with glue and sponge daubers. And they do go a long way as well. You don't need many of them to create your images. £35.69. You're saving £4. You'll be able to see the picture of all of that on our website, but they are gorgeous to use. Right, let's have a look at the two-way overlay stamps we've got available for you. Launched last night. Very, very excited about these. If you've never used two-way overlay stamps, they're fantastic. It's almost like printing. You're building up your picture and you'll be amazed at how it looks when you use the complete set. Now, sometimes you might just want to use one of those stamps, maybe to make and create a background, but think about the different designs. So you use the complete set of 4 to create your one design. Now, you can use these stamps to create apertures. You can use these maybe to create a set of 4 pictures, or maybe use them as a head of a calendar, which would be really nice. You can also use these to create backgrounds as well. Saving £19.50 as a Freedom member. Become a Freedom member and save just under £20 if you want to. If you're not a Freedom member, you're saving £15 on this deal. These are available on 2 payments of £20 and 23p. And our lovely Barbara Gray's got a demonstration coming up in a moment's time. But I do need to tell you that nearly 60% of the stock has gone. And when we see the demonstration, that's when I'm sure most of you will come in and pop these into your basket. So if there are in your basket at the moment, do check on out, make sure you get it and don't miss out. 541371 is your item number. That's for the whole complete set. It's a 4 for 3 deal. So it's a fantastic deal for you. And I do believe we've got the lovely Barbara Gray coming up with a demonstration for you right now.
Lots of fantastic stamps lined up for you here using this beautiful artwork by Mel Turner. You know, we've had it in die form for a while, we've had it in stencils, but now we've created these two-way overlay stamps which are just superb. They're fresh out of the oven. We haven't even had time or been able to send them to the design team, but I want to show you how they work and you'll soon see that they are just gorgeous. So let's just have a look at the pairs, and we've already established that there are two-way overlays, so they work together, they work independently. We've got the Queen Anne's lace, and then we've got the Chinese lanterns, we've got the Casablanca lilies and the wild privet. Gorgeous. I saw Tina Cox do a paper cut with that once. Fantastic. Mountain ash, beautiful in green, and then of course you've got your wild seed heads, which is also a very, very beautiful piece of artwork. Then we've got the poppy seeds and we've got the honesty, which is another one of my favourites. But I want to show you these two this time, just so that you see how they actually work. So they come as a pair. I've mounted them. They're all around me here, and I think we'll get started by just, let me put that over there, by just taking a piece of stencil card. This is our lovely Clarity stencil card. I've cut it into quarters, and what I'm doing here in effect is very simply I'm just making little toppers, so you could make lovely beautiful little greeting cards with these stamps. I've mounted them on our handles. That enables me to hover when I'm working. So I'll go to this camera so that I can stand and I can get, let's just go there, that's it. And then that way I can show you exactly what I'm going to do. First of all, we'll ink up this stamp using VersaFine. So now you could use VersaFine, or you can use Black Archival, just to get the line art established. That's it. So we'll pop that on there like so, and then we'll just stamp this into place. So that's our line art. This is the Queen Anne's lace. So you can see here, it's very, very beautiful. There, I'll just let that get sharp. Perfect image. And what we want to do now is take the infill. So this is the stamp that will cover, if you hold it over the top of this one, you'll see that it sits perfectly over the top. It works beautifully on its own as well, but I want to show you how you can pop it over the top. And then you'll understand how it works. So I'm going to use, you've got so many different ink pads, and you can mix and match them too. Now I'm going to use the Rosy Cheeks from our artistry inks. This is a lovely pink, beautiful pink. And I'm just going to ink that up like so. And then what I'll do is I'll take one of our spot on sponges, and I'm going to mix it up a bit. There you go. I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of oxide, and I'm going to dab the other ink. You watch how lovely this looks. So I'm going to dab the other ink gently, spread it out so it doesn't go all blistery. And then what I'll do is I'll come into this camera so you can see, and I'm going to hover over like so until I'm happy with the position. So you just hover with the handle, and as you get close, you'll see it just comes in perfectly. And then what I'll do is I'll just press in like so, and I've got a fantastic infill. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let it get sharp. Just let it get sharp. Isn't that lovely? There you go. So you've got one. Let's have a look. I did a couple of other different colorways for you so you can see. There's a blue one. There is one using the picked raspberry without blending it with the rosy cheek. So you see it's a different color. But I mean, what beautiful little notelets these would make. And that's just using one of the stamps outside and inside, outside and infill. If I wanted to, let me just show you. I'll take the infill one, and let's use the picked raspberry, because they're more opaque, these particular ink pads. In other words, they're not so easy to see through. These ones now, the Distress Oxides, you'll find it a little bit more challenging to line them up perfectly, unless you've got a stamp positioner, which then makes it a piece of cake. But I just want to show you that you can use the number 2 on its own, and you could also blend the colours, of course, but you can use the number 2 stamp on its own without the outline, and that looks really attractive too. There you go. So you see, you can, let me just turn that to the camera. Let me offer that up, and you can see how lovely that looks without the black line art. So let's go compare.com. Look, there you go. Look. Very different, but very beautiful also. Okay, so there you go. Right, so now that was the first one that I wanted to show you. That was the Queen Anne's lace. And then, before you go, let me just quickly show you the Chinese lantern. Also, how to clean these, really easy. Just take a paper towel. I'm taking a leaf out of Leonie's book here, Saving Trees and all that. We're going to just take a paper towel with a piece of with a bit of water, and then when you rub it, you'll find the Distress Oxide. This cleans the stamps up beautifully. That's all you need to do. Right, so that's how you clean them. Stay with me for a minute, because I want to show you the Chinese lantern as well. Really lovely. So let's have a look at the Chinese lantern. We'll take another piece here, and I've already, look, just for the sake of speed, I've already stamped it up. You know how I've done that, and I've also already taken the number 2 stamp, and I've used it completely. So you see how that is the second stamp. Now what I want to do is take the second stamp and just add it in there. So I thought that we could just take one of our, let's take our Distress Oxide. Which one is this? This is nice. Ripe Persimmon. Let's take ripe persimmon, and let's just add it lightly, just to add a flash of colour. And you'll see, as I can dab it onto here. Right. We're just going to take this nice tangerine colour, and we'll add it onto that stamp like so. You do know that you could change the colours, you could blend the colours, you could add a little bit of blue or green, or whatever you fancy, especially with a makeup sponge, because it doesn't contaminate your ink pads. Right, so we're going to do that, and we'll leave that over there, lift that out of the way, then we'll just come in here, get up tight so we can see it, and then I'm going to hover again with the handle so I can see exactly where I'm going. See, I can see right through the stamp, right through the stamp. Oh, the joys of transparent stamping. And then when I press that down, when I press this down, let me see if it lifts with, then I can offer it up to you to show you. You see how you can see right through and you know exactly where the layout's going to be. You see? So you press down, and then when you lift off, Bob's your uncle. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Then it gets sharp, quick, easy, hours of play. And you can see here, they just come together very, very quickly, very, very beautifully. Here are some glorious little notelets all ready to go. Put a little message on them, mount them on a card blank, and there is a beautiful gift for somebody right there. Thank you.
You know, I was just looking at those and I thought, how about a collage? Or is it a montage or a collage? You know, when you hang them down with your wires. I think that would look really nice, actually. It's like a mobile, that's it. Not a collage or a montage, a mobile. There you go. Or have them in sets of 4, you know, or just underneath each other with a little ring joining them up. That'd look really nice with a little sentiment. Oh, you see, I'm making and creating already. I'm sure you'll have so many different inspirational ideas when you get your stamps home. They were launched yesterday, and you can see there from the video, from the demonstration from Barbara, how lovely they are to use as well. But over 60% of the stock has gone. Now, you get 4 in each set because, of course, they make and create your image. They will put down your outline, they will put down the colouring for your design and also the background as well. But there's nothing stopping you from getting creative and maybe using one without the other. Maybe you just want the outline, for example. Here you'll see on the left-hand side you've got the outline and then the background is placed on there. But maybe you wanted to do a little bit of doodling inside if you're just putting the actual details in there. This is your background, or rather the foreground, 'cause you're seeing those lovely floral pod designs. That's incredible, isn't it? And there you can see you've got both of them together. So it changes, and you get that full image if you use all 4 together, but you can use them separately as well. So it's endless possibilities, and it's a collection together like that. If you're making cards, you could put an inspiration at the bottom of it, you could sell them in batch, and I think you'd be able to make them really quickly as well. 2 payments of £20 and 23 pence. It's a great saving. It's a 4 for 3 deal, a 4 for 3 deal. If you want to pay all in one go, you're more than welcome to do so. Freedom members, it's a why not deal. You're saving £19 and 50 pence. So why not become a Freedom member? Freedom membership in the UK is £6 and 97 pence. So there you go, you're saving £19 and 50 pence. So even becoming a Freedom member, you're still saving. It's a great deal, but over 60% of the stock has gone. Now, let's take a look at the designs, how they began their life. They began their life in stencil form. And we've got the stencils for you right now. This is a great price for all 8. £29 and 84 pence, saving £10. Let me show you some samples that you can make and create. I've gone to this one first. This one is by Janet from the design team. Quite extraordinary. If you have a look at that, you've got that lovely background. Now, I wonder, Janet, did you scribble and do scribble, doodle? I mean that in the best respect, actually, utmost respect rather. Doodle the background, but then look at the doodles in there. That's fascinating. Love that. Maybe you could try that when you get it home. This design is by Lynn, and you can see here, and that is lovely. So you've got your seed pods in there. These stencils are fabulous. Use them with your texture paste, use them with your inks, and you can make and create so many different designs. 877151 is your item number. Right, let's have a look at a demonstration here from Paul.
Hi. For this demo, we're going to keep it nice and easy. Very simple, but very effective. So I've used the beautiful Casablanca lilies from the One Day Special, combined with the gorgeous 12x12 designer paper, the Shenandoah, which also comes with the One Day Special, finishing it off with a couple of words from the sticker book collection. So this is the card, and in the intro I showed you how you put the insert in, so when we open that up, we've then got our greeting on the inside. So really quick, doesn't take much time at all. So where do we start? First off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my base plate in from my cutting machine. All of our dies work in all leading die cutting machines. So I've got one of our 6x6 card blanks. I've got the beautiful Casablanca lilies, and I'm going to position that just in place there with a little bit of low tack tape. So make sure I'm happy with the positioning, and then we'll just tape that down and we'll run it through the machine. So complete my sandwich and we'll let that run through. So whilst that's running through, we'll have a look, and if you look at the frame, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a beautiful serrated edge, and this is using our Pico dies, which we've also got on the show. Now, a lot of people that do parchment craft will already have them, but they're a fantastic set of dies that give you that beautiful edge, and we do them in the squares, the circles, ovals and rectangles. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my little waste bin into play, and then we'll just tip that off into there, get rid of all the rubbish, pop the plates to one side, and then as you'll see, it will just fall away from the die. And then all I'm going to do is give it a light tap, and we can see, the exception of a few, no, it's all clear. If I get a white piece of paper and bring that in underneath, you'll see that the die cut is gorgeous. Now you imagine sort of doing that by hand as a paper cut. See, for me, even with just the white behind it, gives me that beautiful crisp line art. And what I love about this particular design is that it works in all different directions. So it doesn't matter how you put it on your card blank or on your topper, it's going to work really well. So we're going to pop that to one side. So that's basically given me my card, which is instant. Then what I've done, I've taken a piece of the 12x12 Shenandoah, chopped it in half, so I've got 12x6, and then I just trimmed it down slightly, so that when we pop it inside the card, it's not exactly the same size, because what you don't want is for it to be the same size, because it will stick out when you fold your card. So we're going to pop that to one side now, okay, and then I've taken another piece of the same paper that's on there. See, I love this. I mean, just look at the detail on this. I mean, the reason we put 4 sheets for each side, because we know, I mean, I know, when I've bought paper in the past, you always have to buy more than one, because you'll use one and then you'll keep one to stroke. I mean, it's just part of the crafting addiction, isn't it? So I'm using our Pico squares to create my frame, and I'm just going to position those where I want to cut out. A little bit of low tack tape just to hold them both in place, just there, and we'll pop that back onto our die cutting machine. So we just slide that into place on there. Oops, off the paper it comes. That's okay, just press down. That's being held in, and then again we're running in. So with the Pico squares, you get 11 different sizes. They go from 1 1/4 inch up to 6 1/4 inch with increments of 1/2 inch. So they're great for your matting and layering. But I also like creating the frames like we are now to give the effects of the matting and layering. So we'll just carefully remove that low tack tape. Easy does it. Slowly peel that off. And then that gives me, so it gives me this piece that I can use on one card. I've got a really nice topper that I can use on another card. But this is the bit that we want, the frame. So we'll pop that to one side now. And I find it easier to put my frame on first before I put my insert in. So if I pop that there, yeah, we can, let's put a bit of white paper underneath so we can see the design. I'm going to pop that onto there. Now I can decide whether I want the more vibrant side or if I want the softer. And I think I'm going to go more with the more vibrant tone. So I'm going to bring my tape runner into play. You can use a wet glue, you can use double-sided tape, whatever you feel more comfortable using. Okay, so we're just going to go around all four sides, nice and easy. And then we'll bring the card blank into play, and I reckon I'm going to go that way there. So I'm just going to gently position that where I want it. And you do have a little bit of time just to move it around a little bit. So I'm going to pop that, I reckon, just about there. And then just gently go around and just press down. So that's now given the illusion of the various sort of stages of matting and layering. Next, I'm going to take my card and I'm just going to fold it in half. They're already pre-scored. Because it's been through the machine, it just sort of flattens that out a little bit. And then I'm going to take my insert. I'm going to pop my tape runner just down that edge because I want it to open when I open my card. Position that into the fold and press down. So now you'll see what we've got here is we've got that light area here, and I put the light area in the opposite corner from what I cut out. Then to finish it off, we've got a fantastic sticker word. So we've got Barbara's sticker word collection, Leonie's sticker word collection, and then the Clarity Christmas and Celebrations. So all available individually or as a complete bundle. So I'm going to go with Barbara's one, and let's have a look. What should we go for? Ooh, decisions. Don't worry, be happy. Let's go with that one. Don't worry, be happy. So we're going to pop that one just on the front of the card there. And then I think we need to have something on the inside. Don't worry, be happy. I don't know. Have a great day. We'll pop that one on the inside there. So again, when we open the card, the insert opens perfectly. And then we're going to pop that just down there, and then that's ready to write and send to someone. So we've got two different cards. Well, it's the same card, but in two different colourways, and both using the paper from the Shenandoah that comes in with the one-day special. So really quick and easy, fantastic if you're at home and you just want to do a batch of cards. You can just sit there, spend the afternoon cutting out and then deciding on which paper to put inside. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.
Oh, we certainly do, Paul, we certainly do. What a fantastic deal. If you like paper cutting, maybe that's your craft at the moment. I think these are going to be an excellent addition to your crafty stash, or maybe this is a brand new craft for you. If you've got a die cutting machine, these will go through absolutely fantastic. They are blue in colour because they've got a great coating on, which is going to make it easy release for your designs. Whatever design you're going to go for first will look amazing. And remember, these are very easy to batch make as well. Your one day special will be back with us at 12 o'clock for another live hour, but please do check out your baskets for what you've got. Coming up next, we've got John next door. Hopefully we'll be chatting with John on the phone. Helen McCook Embroidery, a brand new guest and supplier to us here at Hochanda. Welcome her at 10 o'clock today, and then it's Paper Designs.
Hi, this is Els from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Elizabeth Craft Designs is a Colorado-based company. It's a family company, so husband, son, daughter all work in the company, and then a fantastic team of designers, because a company cannot exist without a great team around yourself. What we would like to share with you is my passion for crafts. We love all the concepts we have, so we have from cute till classic and beautiful designs. We love our journaling planner line, and we are going to bring you our ideas, our passion, and we hope to transfer that passion to you. So please join Elizabeth Craft Designs here at Hochanda.
If you love cake and you love to bake, we've got something you're going to enjoy. Here at Hochanda's Crafty Kitchen, we'll be introducing you to brand new guest demonstrators from the world of baking and cake decorating, who will be on hand to inspire you with sugar flour making techniques, food flavouring ideas, baking kits in a bottle, and as well as showcasing some very fashionable kitchen aprons. Watch out for brand new products, some very bespoke to the baking world, but others you can utilise within the world of craft, which will allow you more flexibility between the different mediums. Intrigued? Well, set your temperatures, set your timers, and tune in every fortnight to see what's in the oven on the Crafty Kitchen.
Did you know you can continue watching Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for free using your smart TV? It's just like watching us on your computer or tablet, only now we'll be on your large screen smart TV. Follow these easy steps to get your smart TV set up. Firstly, make sure your smart TV is connected to the internet, either through a wireless connection, if your TV supports it, or via the Ethernet port on the back of your TV. If you're not already connected, use your remote control and select Network Settings through your TV's menu and follow the instructions to set this up. Remember to have your router's password to hand, whether you're using a wired or wireless connection. This should be on the side or bottom of your router. You can always refer to your TV's help menu or instruction booklet for more information. Once you are set up, press the Smart Hub dedicated button on your remote. This will vary between brands, but it's usually located at the centre of the remote. This is where you'll find your internet web browser app. Select this to open and then type hochanda.com into the search bar, and this will take you to our website homepage, which includes our live broadcast and access to previous shows. So now you can watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV, whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images, which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
Good morning, everyone. If you have just joined us, a very good morning to you. How are you this morning? How's your breakfast? Have you still got your curlers in? I hope you have. Leave them in all day. My mum used to. She used to go down the shops with the curlers in. Oh, my goodness. Right. Great to have your company, and we've also got the great company of our lovely John Lockwood as well on the show. But I do want to tell you, first and foremost, that back in stock, yes, I think you've been waiting for this. We've not had it for 6 months. It's been out of stock, and this is where you can get it right now here on Hochanda. This is your press to impress stamping platform with your storage case as well. Now the storage case, let me just open this up to show you. Really nice because it's got that protection at the front and at the back, and you've also got your 2 pockets there, so you can put your stamping platform into one of the pockets. You've got that lovely safety, and then you've got the other area for putting maybe some stamps in there and your cards and your projects, so you can be self-contained or just use it in your storage area with your handles on there. But this is what we need to talk about with your stamping press. Now with your stamping press, let me just take this off here, you've also got your 2 magnets that this comes with, and if I take the magnets off, they're great for keeping your stamps in place, or your card in place should I say. But you've also got this. Now this is excellent because it adds that extra cushioning, but our lovely John will tell us more about that. Let me place the magnets back on there, and you've also got your measurements down the side. Right, item number 226881, £27.88, saving over £10 on that deal. Now got the lovely John. Hi, good morning, John.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. And how are you this morning? Nice and bright and early for you.
Well, I'm up to 5 or 6 every day, and I can't seem to break that habit, so this is great for me.
Bless you. May I just say happy Star Wars Day to you?
Yes, may the 4th be with you.
And with you too. Right, John, can we talk about the press to impress? Because this is back in stock, isn't it?
It is, and I've had so many people asking me over the last 6 months, when is this coming back in? You know, can they get hold of one? Where's got any stock? I mean, to me, it is the best stamping platform I've ever used, and I have bought nearly all of the ones on the market, justifying it by saying, well, it's my job. But I've tested loads of them, and this to me is the best. I know that a friend of mine, Sharon, did an independent test on all of the ones that were out available. I think that's available on YouTube, and she came up with the conclusion that that was the best one for all the features that it's got, and it just makes stamping so much easier. I started out in crafting, I bought a paper kit, the next thing I did was buy stamps, which I think is what we all do, and I just wasn't very good at it. I couldn't get a clear image, I missed half of it, I never inked the stamp right. And this brought back my love of stamping. I can just do everything with it.
What makes this stand out from other stamping platforms on the market, John?
I think the 2 main features on this that are the best is, if you notice, you've got the 2 edges in blue, which have got all the measurements and everything on in inches and centimetres. But down in the bottom corner, you've got a little sort of like click, a little corner. The distance between that and the side is the same distance as A4 card or paper.
Right.
So it means this is one of the only stamp platforms that will securely hold A4. So you don't have to take a piece of card and cut it down to 6 by 6 or any particular weird size. You can just grab card as we buy it, and it slides straight in, and that little notch holds it exactly in place, even without the magnets. The other thing I love about this is it's got the foam. And that makes such a difference when you're dealing with large stamps or clear stamps, because if you don't have something soft to stamp into when you're using a clear stamp, you can miss part of the design, but also you have this issue where you've got a hard surface, a hard stamp, stamping onto a hard surface, and the stamp will squidge, and instead of getting a clear, crisp line, you'll get a blurry line. So the high density foam there makes all the difference in the world to me.
Now, I also like the fact, talking about the design, if I just turn this to the side, you'll see here at the bottom, you've got that lip, which makes it so easy to open up, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, the thing is, this one was designed and worked and planned by Crafts2, and it was Jane Smith and Peter who were heavily involved in it. And Jane is a crafter, she is a stamper. So, I mean, I saw when I went to the office, about 4 different versions of that, where it kept being sent back, no, it's not right. So you know it's been designed by a crafter for crafters. Things simply, like you say, like the little lift-up handle. How annoying is it when you're having to try and grab a corner? Whereas with this, you just pop your fingers under and it lifts.
Perfect,
it just
isn't it?
makes it so easy. The other great thing, if you turn it round, Janice,
Yes.
sorry,
Yeah.
you'll notice it's got foam on the back as well.
Yes, it has. And
So, first of all, that foam means that it doesn't move about. So it's not going to slip and slide on your surface.
I'm really pushing this now, John.
Yeah, I know, I've done it myself. It's so good. So it's not going to move unless you really give it welly. But it means you've got that extra little bit of spring in there, which makes your stamps just come out so clear and crisp. It is brilliant.
Now, I can see why that's been popular in the past. We've got it back in stock at a great price, saving over £10. It's £27.88 if you are a Freedom member. Now, John, whilst you're there, can I ask you about the accessory kit that we've got? Shall I just bring these in? Yes. Can you tell us about these? Because I know you're very excited about these, and these are going to help anybody when they're using the stamping platform. But can you tell us what the two elements are all about?
Yes, so the first element you've got are the paper inserts, and the pack has 50 in there.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, they've been tooled exactly to fit within the base.
Oh, yes, I can see the corner.
So if you're anything like me, if you think about the black foam, my original one before these came out was so covered in overstamping, and where I put the stamp down and I'd marked the foam, and it made the back of my card really messy.
Got you.
So these will fit in exactly and keep your foam clean, but if you notice, it's got all the measurements on there in centimetres, even half centimetres.
Yeah, I see that.
And they match exactly with the measurements around the outside of the press to impress. So if you need to have a stamp perfectly central in a card blank, you can use the grid lines to make sure that it's exactly, say, 3 centimetres down and 3 centimetres across.
Perfect.
So it fits. We've put 50 in the pack, because the other great thing with those you can do, if you've got a design, say you're making cards for a wedding or for sale, and you come up with a great layout of stamps, what you do is stamp it onto one of those and laminate it.
Ah, what a great
idea.
idea.
Do it again.
Yes.
Place some stamps on top, pick them up with your lid, and you've always got that design. So if you've come up with a brilliant design you don't want to lose, instead of ruining a card, you use a laminated version of that.
That's a brilliant idea. I didn't think of that. That is an excellent idea because, of course, the lid of the stamping press will keep them in place. Now, we've also got some acetate as well.
Yes, now these, again, have got exactly the same grid lines on there, but these are see-through. And what you would do with these, you put these on top of your project inside the stamp press.
Yeah.
And that allows you to not only place your stamps completely straight. Can you imagine trying to put a sentiment onto a card you've already made or stamped and get it straight?
True.
It's virtually impossible. Whereas that, you put it down on top of the platform, then you can place your stamp, and if it's dirty, it won't mark your card. Then you simply pick up the stamp and take the template out. So you can make all your arrangements, arrange all your stamps on your card, on the acetate without marking the beautiful piece of card you've got. Pick them up, stamp it, and then take that one away.
Love that, love that. True professional stamping each and every time. And you've also got the magnets as well. If you want to go for that accessory kit, £12.49, but 10% of the stock has already gone. With the stamping press being so affordable with the actual bag itself, it makes sense to go for the accessory if you want to do so. John, thank you so much for getting up early. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. And we miss you.
My pleasure.
And we hope to see you very soon. Love to Sam.
Yeah, and to you, and to Jane. Take care.
See you later. Bye, John. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, it's so lovely to see him. It really is. We do miss John. But thank you very much. We've got some demonstrations coming up from John in the show. So if you do want to get hold of the back in stock press to impress, and you certainly will impress yourself and your friends and whoever you're making and creating for, £30.98. If you're a Freedom member, you're saving even more. You're saving over £10 as a Freedom member. And you can pop this into your basket. There you go. Freedom price £27.88. No P&P to spend on that. Become a Freedom member right here, right now, and get that great deal of over £10. In fact, it's a why not deal. 226881. Now, let's go to John and have a demonstration with it.
this demonstration, I'm going to show you the benefits of the Press to Impress stamp platform and how we actually use it and get the most out of it. Now, one of the main differences with the Press to Impress stamp platform is that the two sides here are open. And this means that you don't have to cut card down when you want to stamp. If you're anything like me, the idea of having to take a load of card and cut it to a certain size to fit it in is really irritating. I buy my card mostly in A4 size, and so I want to be able to fit it exactly into the press I'm using. And the Press to Impress was designed to do that. So as you can see here, I slide it into this top left-hand corner and use the two magnets supplied to secure it. And you can see here, we have this little notch. Now this notch is exactly where A4 card finishes. It was designed specifically to match the card that we're using, so that this doesn't move or wobble at all. So instead of having to cut card down, we can simply stamp straight onto this. Now, I'm going to stamp first of all a clear stamp and show you something that I've always struggled with, which is getting a sentiment to stamp correctly. So I'm going to place the sentiment where I want, and I can use the guidelines that are on the top. So you can see here along the top, you have all in centimetres from 0 to 19 centimetres, and down the side again from 0 all the way to 23 centimetres. So you do have a complete guideline to show you exactly where you're going. So I'm going to put my stamp down, and I'm just going to then close the lid. This is a clear stamp, and the lid is made of a pure perspex, but if you can see, there's a grid on the lid as well. So if you want to check through just to see that it's nice and straight, you can use this grid line as well, and that will help you. And when we pick it up, you can see it's stuck perfectly to the top lid, so no need for blocks or anything. And I'm going to use VersaFine in Onyx Black to stamp, and I'm purposefully going to do something I used to do an awful lot, which is think I've inked the whole stamp, and I haven't. So I close that, I press gently around, and you can see there I've missed a line, so I didn't ink it. Now with a normal acrylic block I would struggle. There's no way I could get that back in place. The Press to Impress is designed so that the paper doesn't move and the stamp doesn't move. So I simply re-ink my stamp and then press down. And there I get the perfect impression, and nobody knows that I didn't stamp one section of it. The other main difference with the Press to Impress stamping platform, if I remove these magnets I'll be able to show you, I'll take out this paper insert, is the foam. Now, a lot of people will have heard and have been stamping for years know that to use a clear stamp and get a nice crisp impression, certainly on a larger stamp, say like this one, which I'm going to use in the next demonstration, you need to have something soft for it to go into. The physics of stamping is actually, if you have a hard surface going onto a hard surface, which is your card, onto a hard surface, your table, your stamp can either not connect properly or can squidge. So it's really important that you have the foam built in. And this is actually a very thick 4mm foam, high density, that's designed to hold this very well. In fact, this stamping platform, as you can see from the state of the foam, this has been mine for well over 2 years. I think it's about 2.5, 3 years at least I've been using this. And there's no visible dints or anything got into it, and anything will work out. But that foam means that you get the perfect impression out of your stamps, and especially out of your clear stamps. This time I'm going to stamp a larger, more detailed stamp and show you how we can use a stamp press to get a beautiful two-colour stamping look, again, which would be virtually impossible if we were using acrylic blocks. So I've got one of the 2J stamps here. This is the Millhouse, which is a very, very detailed stamp. So again, I'm going to place it evenly where I want the stamp to be. I've already put a piece of A4 paper into my press. So press down to pick that up onto the lid. And then I'm simply going to ink, first of all, very lightly with the Onyx Black. So I'm going to stamp that very lightly to give me quite a sketchy look, and press it everywhere. When you're pressing on a stamp press, you're not trying to restart someone's heart. You are just gently making sure you put pressure everywhere. And if you struggle with pressure, it's not the amount you use. You can use any part to hold it down. You just want to get a nice impression. And you see there, because I've inked it lightly, I've got a very sketchy look to it. Now, if I'd done this again with a standard acrylic block, I couldn't go back over, and I certainly couldn't go over with another colour. So this time I'm taking vintage sepia, and I'm giving it again a very light coating of the vintage sepia, which allows me to then simply stamp over the top. And if you can see there, I've got a beautiful two-tone look. So I've got the black and the brown. So it looks as if I've already been shading this stamp and colouring it in. But the work is all done by the Press to Impress. Finally, I'm going to show you what to do with already mounted rubber stamps. So here, I think these are Stamp Addicts. I have some rubber stamps, deeply etched, and these have already been mounted on U-mount foam. Now, obviously, this means that they're too thick. If you compare these against a clear stamp, they're obviously a lot thicker. So the Press to Impress was designed specifically to be able to work with these. So all I do is to take out my magnets, take out my paper protector I have. These are also available. And I take out this foam. And this is the important thing. This is what makes your stamping so clear and clean and crisp. So I'm then going to take this deeper well that I've got. Once again, my A4 card fits inside. And I just put my magnets in like that and hold it in place. Then I can arrange my foam mounted stamps, close my lid, and see they pick up perfectly with no gap. I can once again, we'll use the black, ink those. Give them a good inking and press them down, and these will stamp clearly simply because I have the foam in the top of the stamp. And you can see there, I've got a nice impression. Oh, I've missed a little bit. That was purely accidental. So I've missed a little bit, so I'm just going to re-ink. The stamps haven't moved, the paper hasn't moved, so I don't have to worry about this. And I can just make sure I press nice and evenly everywhere. Again, it's not about the amount of pressure, it's about pressing. And I open that up, and I've got that perfect impression. So whether it's using clear stamps or rubber stamps that have already been foam mounted or unmounted rubber stamps, everything works in here. The surface area that it will take is a full piece of A4 virtually, so it's a lot larger stamping area than A5. You're actually talking about a clear stamping area which is 7 inches by over 8 inches, because it has the inch measurements along the other side. And this is the best stamping tool that I've ever used.
Oh, a lovely sentiment there from our John. Well, it is back in stock. The one you're getting has a blue measurement surround. It just shows green on there, but you're getting a blue one. Doesn't really matter. Same measurements at a great price. Saving over £10 if you're a Freedom member, saving £7 if you're not. And I think if you've gone for the one-day special today, well, on the one-day special show, we had those stamps, didn't we? The two-way overlay stamps. They would work perfectly with that stamping platform because it's all about precision. Now, you might want to go for the accessories as well. We're very busy for these. Nearly a third of the stock has gone. £12.49. Because some of them are consumables, by that I mean you'll use them once and then you'll go to use another sheet. You might want to go for 2 or 3 of the accessories. Those are the accessories just there. So you've got your acetate templates, your paper inserts, and you've also got your extra magnets as well. Remember that stamping platform will take a piece of A4 paper perfectly. Oh, it's great to have it back in stock, it really is, and great to have chatted to John today. Right, talking of the boy next door, let's take a look at some stamps and dies that we've got for you now. Now, I've been in the garden, I'm sure a lot of us have been in the garden just recently, if you have a garden, that is. So this is of interest to you to make and create some great cards, or maybe for your journaling. You have got your John Next Door garden tools. This is your die plate stamp set, and with that you're also getting your stamps. So let me explain what a plate is, because you're thinking, what's a plate, Janice? Well, John thought to himself, why cut individual elements out? Why keep using your die cutting machine, especially if it's electronic, for example, but even just using your Keep Fit die cutting machines as well. This will cut out all of your elements, so it's in one plate, so all of your elements will be cut out. As you can see on that one, you've got your wheelbarrow and you've got your clipping tools, you've got your raking there, so all of those tools cut out. It's that one there that you need to look at, not this one for the moment, just that one just there, and that will cut them out. And then you can pop them to one side and you can start using them on your cards. You can use all of them, or you can just use one or two, but it means you can start batch die cutting out as well. But it also means that you can line them up perfectly with the stamps that are included in the deal. Now the stamps, if I just lean forward and grab the stamps just here, because I want to show you something, I'm going to grab the die. Now you may have noticed on the die that you've got the corners that are cut out. This too is an excellent way of just lining them up perfectly onto your stamps, she says, with that corner in there and the corner in there, and you line them up once you've stamped them, and it's going to cut them out precisely. So there's method in that absolute madness of that dear John Next Door. There really is. It's a great deal, £18.98, saving £3. You can use the stamps separately if you want to. You don't have to use them with the dies, but you've got the capability of using them together perfectly. There you go, some great samples there, £18.98. So that's your garden. We've also got the same, but in the kitchen. So you've got your stamps and you've got your die. Your die goes over the stamps perfectly, and then you can start to cut out and create those great cards or wall decoration. Look at that, that's great, using a wooden spoon on there. It could be someone's moving into a brand new house, could be somebody loves cooking, for example. Maybe it's a new hobby they've taken up. Maybe you want to make a recipe book, but keep it on trend with the kitchen. Now that's good, isn't it? £18.98, saving £3. You get 13 die images and you get 13 stamps as well to work together. So those are the two options, and then we've got your bridge die just here. Now, if I pick this up, you've got, this is great value for money, because you've got all of these dies included in the die set that will come together and create those perfect cards that will give you something with a little bit of difference. Let's lift this one up and show you just here. It gives you dimension. Yeah, I like that, dimension. It brings the elements to the foreground as well. I'm just going to lean back and grab one of the samples at the back, if I may. So I just want to show you two different cards that you can make from here. It's great, isn't it? Do you know something? That one, not only a card, but could also be for a doll's house. Or maybe a pretend garage. Maybe you've got some small characters and a car or something like that. They're great, aren't they? £19.99 if you want to go for the bridge card die set, and your details are 137413. Now, if you like those samples that I've just showed you with, of course, the kitchen elements on and the garage elements on, or the gardening elements on, why don't you go for the whole set? £52.95 gets you the two die plates, the two stamp sets, and gets you your bridge die as well. But if you're a Freedom member, it's a why not deal. What do we mean by that? If you become a Freedom member today for £6.97, you'll save £10.29 on that deal. So you're kind of almost getting your Freedom membership back, aren't you? And then still saving some money. And then for a whole month, you can enjoy being a Freedom member and get all your P&P included and those exclusive discounts as well. 839280 is your item number if you want to go for the set that we've got here. It's 23 die images and 23 stamps in total. Fantastic deal, fantastic deal. Right, as promised, we've got some demonstrations. Here's our lovely John. Enjoy.
In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use the pieces of the bridge card to put together the first simple fold within this set to give you the idea of the workbench. And you can see here I've got a couple of little examples done using the kitchen tool matching stamps and dies, and I've used the dies in the set to make a folding cupboard, and there are videos for how to make this on YouTube. Here's another example as well, and again, video on YouTube showing you how to decorate them like this. And I'm sure you'll have seen with the presenter some absolutely brilliant, beautiful samples from the angels. So in the die, you get all of these pieces. There are quite a lot of pieces in the die, but I'm going to show you what we need to cut first. So the main body is this long piece here. Now, what we need to do is you need to cut this, but you'll see this is just about the same length as a piece of A4 card. It actually slightly overhangs each side, and that was so that we could get the largest card possible from a piece of A4. So you need to make sure you're almost butting it up at the top. We'll pull it along a little bit so you can see, so that it's even on both sides, and we tape that down to cut it. Now, that's the main piece. We need the section at the front to do the bridge, which is this section here. So we're going to cut this long section as well. And we're also going to need this little shelf support that I've just sent scurrying across my desk. So we're going to need this as well. So we're going to tape those down, and I would cut those. And you also need to cut this panel here, which is your folding, which gives you your workbench top. So I'm going to cut that, and we'll then start putting it together. Now, I've cut the 4 pieces that I need, so I'm going to start making the folds. So we're going to take our long bridge card piece first, and I'm simply on the front going to fold up and just burnish that fold and fold this one back. So we're making a little Z fold almost. Fold that in, and we fold that one back. And again, you could use this to make beautiful little invitations. You don't have to do the workbench with it. There's so many more things you can do with this. We then have the piece for the front, which obviously secures it. So you want to use either a strong wet glue or something like your red line or your power tape. For speed, I'm using one of the Crafts 2 tape runners, but I would suggest, as this is a kinetic card and moves, that you want to use something a little bit stronger. And all I'm going to do is affix this corner here so that it goes across. I'm then going to close my card, and I'm going to affix the other side there. Okay, we'll just remove this little bit. I've got a little bit of low-tack tape still stuck to my card, which is occupational hazard. But you can see there, then I have my card, which will fold completely flat, but pops up. So now I need to put my little shelf support in. So again, on this, you have the deboss lines or emboss lines there, which give you the fold lines. You don't need to actually emboss the die. These automatically come on. And I'm just going to add a little bit of tape there. And I'm going to slide this in. So fold those 2 down. And I want to slide this in so it just sits parallel with the shelf. And if you can see there, it's sitting exactly parallel with that shelf. And again, I would suggest that you use something like a red line tape or a wet glue just to make sure it's nice and properly secure. But again, as you can see, that folds completely flat. I open that out, and then I've got my little shelf. So again, there's a fold line. So we fold that, burnish that fold, and I want to glue this on the inside. It's not very attractive to sit there. You may want to do that. You may want to cover the whole thing with a decorative paper, which you could do. But if not, we want to pop that inside. So I'm going to put glue. Again, use wet glue or red line tape onto there. And I'm just going to slide that in so that the fold is parallel and even to there, so that that folds back. So you can see there from the top and from the side how the shelf goes in. That's very, very secure now. But when I want to come and close that, I just pop that up, fold it flat, and it folds completely flat for postage. And all you would do then is decorate this, stamp this, or go ahead in any way that you want to. I say here I've actually put some of the kitchen tools on. I've put a drawer on the front, and all the sections that make this are included in the die. So you get these panels for the two sides, you get this panel for the front of the drawer and the larger panel as well. So you can cut those out, get that beautiful sort of homely notched corner look. This section here is using the shelf section. So the little section that folded in, I've used here to make a little opening cupboard. You even get the die, which will cut you the little sort of drawer pulls or the little doorknobs in there. So everything's included. And this again, pop that forward, folds completely flat for postage. A very different idea, but very quick to make this way, and a lot quicker with the die than trying to do it with scoring and folding.
Something a little bit different, and that whole collection there of your dies and your stamps, £52.95, saving £5. Freedom members, of course, it's a why not deal. You're saving over £10, so become a Freedom member today and take that saving, and you've got two payments. Brilliant Flexi buy, £23.83. Now, that's opened up a basket for you, which means if you're going for anything else in the show, you can divide the cost of that into two. Now, if you just wanted to go for the bridge card die set, it's £19.99, 137413. Oh, I do love a good Flexi buy, I do, because it means you can spread the cost over 2 months, and anything else that you add to your basket